Okay, I have a real question for people out there. Is this much slack normal for somebody who lost 140 pounds? Like, it's phenomenal to me, like, how much extra skin is there. I mean, is it because whenever you gain weight, you become, the moon face where you can't even see the ears? Like, I need a facelift, a brow lift, whatever you want to call it. Is that normal? Anyway, this is my channel Flex Fasting. Just pointing out one of my insecurities after losing weight, and that's just part of my journey. So I just wanted to kind of briefly mention in this video about intermittent fasting, and I promise you it is the missing link to squash morbid obesity to where, yeah, you don't regain all your weight back. I really think that is how our bodies were meant to function, and it is totally the missing link. So please subscribe to my channel, and we'll have fun talking about intermittent fasting and all those other taboo topics that the pharmaceutical industry does not want you to know about, and that your doctor doesn't want you to do because they get reimbursed over prescribing you medications by the insurance companies. Yeah, anyway, please subscribe.
Hi. Hey guys.
Okay, cringeworthy, I know, a little bit cringeworthy. So I'm back. This is Sean with Flex Fasting. This is my friend here. We're going to be talking a little bit about intermittent fasting. Who are you? Who the hell are you?
I'm Tanya. That's my real name, but my screen name is the Real T Queen Bee.
She's got her own YouTube channel. Go check her out.
Yes, and I believe in telling the real. That's why I'm the Real T. I'll spill some tea, and I'll tell you what's going on. And hey, if you need some info, hey, tune into my channel, like and subscribe, get that bell, and watch.
Yeah, this is YouTube Raw. This is how YouTube used to be in the beginning. So we're at work, we're on our break, just doing our thing.
Yes.
So we are going to briefly talk about intermittent fasting. We'll try to keep it short and sweet. So basically, I lost 140 pounds. I did it in an 8-month period. Different protocols were utilized during the 8 months. I was routinely losing about 20 pounds a month up until the last 2 or 3 months where it dropped down to 15 and then 10 pounds. Intermittent fasting is something that I found about July, August, September, about 3 months into my weight loss journey, and it started out as just an idea to get me through a plateau, because your body adapts to whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
You'll plateau. Your body becomes very efficient, and intermittent fasting was kind of like the light at the end of the tunnel for me, because it was on like Donkey Kong after that, and I lost the rest of the weight I was feasting and fasting. I was doing what my body told me to do, honestly. Right. And I think it's the easiest thing in the world to do. There's a reason we don't get hungry for breakfast. It's because our bodies don't want to eat breakfast. I'm sorry. Our bodies were not meant to graze. We're not cattle, guys. Right. So I introduced her to intermittent fasting because she has been struggling with her own plateau. I mean, tell us, how much what was your highest weight? What did you get down to, and where are you at now?
My highest weight was like 380.
380.
Yes, my highest weight. And I'm tall, and I've always been a big girl. And I had the surgery. I had the sleeve done.
And that's okay too. That's okay.
I had the sleeve done for purposes, I didn't want to be a diabetic, this and that, and I couldn't lose weight for nothing. My metabolism was shot, so I had to have it for health reasons. And now I've entered a plateau where I've lost over 140 some pounds. I kept it off. It's still off. At 16, I got it done in May of 2016, and now I'm at a stall. And I met this guy, and he lost. He was 300 and some pounds. You can't believe it by looking at him, but he's almost at his ideal weight, and he done it without any surgeries or anything. And God fixed it, so I met this guy. And I always know you had to change up your dieting and stuff. I've done the shakes and this and that, but now I'm at the stall where I've been at this stall for months and months. But since he introduced me to intermittent fasting, I've started losing weight again.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Your body adapts to whatever the hell you're doing. So, say you eat 1,300 calories every day for months and months on end. Your body's going to adapt to that, and if you don't throw in a wrench, it's not going to budge. What I did personally is I have this big deck of cards, 20 cards, and I would throw them in there each time, about every 3 to 4 weeks, anytime that I felt like my body was adapting. And it would, sure enough, every time I would throw in a new card, my body would respond because it was something completely new. Intermittent fasting is something that I thought was going to be a tool temporarily just to get me through a plateau. It actually ended up being a lifestyle change for me completely. And one of the main reasons is because it helps me to regulate my calories. And that's something us people that come from being obese understand. It's about our calories. We eat with our eyes.
Yes.
I mean, what's been your deal with not being able to get through, other than having to change some of your patterns? I mean, has it been the food too? Just eating with your eyes, or?
Well, in order to change my pattern, like I said, I've done the shakes. I've pretty much done a lot of things. The intermittent fasting is one of the last things that I never thought about until I met Sean. And but what I needed to know is, how long did it take to get used to the intermittent fasting? How long did it take? Do you prep your body for this? Do you prep your mind for it?
You're having issues with the hunger, aren't you? Getting used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took me, honestly, about 3 months. Because, and long story short, your body, and I'm probably going to say this wrong, releases ghrelin, and that's your hunger hormones. And your body has a schedule. So if you eat every day at 12, 4, and 8, your body's going to get hungry at 12, 4, and 8. But the longer you...
It's a habit.
It's a habit. And you've got to retrain those habits. And so it took me about 3 months to get used to it. And after, I mean, you just have to push through it. And what do you want more? Do you want to stay this weight, or do you want to get down to a healthy weight?
You got to want it.
You got to want it. And didn't you say you went and ate a bunch of ice cream the next day?
The first day I did intermittent fasting, I woke up, I done it for about 20 hours. And your sleep counts too.
Mm-hmm. It does.
In the fasting, okay? And I done about 20 hours, and that wasn't, the fasting part wasn't bad. But when I got off the fast, I was ravenous, and I ate whatever. And so when I found out, that was the first day. The second day, I didn't do that because I knew that was wrong to do. I knew I had to meal prep before I wouldn't just grab anything. So doing the intermittent fasting, I know that I have to meal prep so I can have something, because when you get off this fast, you're going to be hungry. And if you have something to eat, if you have healthier choices to eat, you have to have healthier choices, because just intermittent fasting and eating up everything, just grazing, is defeating your purpose.
And you know, that's the great thing about intermittent fasting, is it helps you regulate your calorie consumption, because I'm telling you, calories in and calories out does matter. But I really feel like intermittent fasting is the solution for a lot of people that have struggled with obesity, because it helps us control our daily calorie intake. You know, think about it. How many of you actually get hungry for breakfast? I know there's people who probably do, but a lot of people that I know don't get hungry, and they force themselves to eat. Well, hell, just stop eating and go do what your body says. Your body doesn't want to eat all day. Maybe it's telling you you are eating too much, and you've lost the ability to listen to your body. And that's what intermittent fasting teaches us. It teaches us to listen to our bodies and learn to eat for fuel, learn to eat for nutrition. Guys, intermittent fasting will help you regulate your daily calorie consumption. How long are you fasting every day? What's your goal?
My goal is, I want to eventually do, this is a stretch, but I want to eventually do 36 hours.
36 hours. Now, I've read, and I'll put a link down below in the description. I've read that you shouldn't do those very often, maybe once a week during a weight loss journey.
Right.
And then once you get down to a lower weight, you should kind of taper back on it. Because, your body does need nutrients. And the smaller we get, the less tolerant your body's going to get of it. But a 36-hour fast once every week or once every 2 weeks during weight loss, that's actually very phenomenal. It'll help with insulin resistance to where your body takes the carbohydrates you do consume and it will metabolize them appropriately. It will help your body send them to where it needs to be. Like, say, instead of all going to your fat, which is what metabolically deranged people have happen to them, the carbs go to their fat cells mostly. Well, with improved insulin sensitivity, you're teaching your body again how to utilize it and giving a better insulin response so it goes to your muscle tissues where it belongs.
Right.
Because that's the problem. We feed our bodies all day with this enriched sugar in our society. Our bodies become fat storers. That's just, we're not supposed to store that much fat. We've made our bodies metabolically deranged.
And what I realized, I've been intermittent fasting, but I didn't know it was such a thing. Because I would go long periods without eating, but then when I'd eat, before I knew about intermittent fasting, I would eat whatever. But now I have a structure.
Yeah, and the pharmaceutical industries don't want us to know about this, putting on a tinfoil hat. Yeah. They want us to be sick, but let's not go there.
Yeah. So I have a question. Do you count calories with intermittent fasting? I do.
Yeah, actually I gained weight doing intermittent fasting because in the beginning, I had started let's take it back. Not in the beginning. This last year that I've been trying to lose the last 10, I've been doing a lot of experiments with my calories and what I ate, and I found that, yes, you will gain weight if you eat more calories than your body burns. That's just what the body does. I used to be one of those people that believed you could eat whatever you want on fasting regimens, and that's not true. Calories do matter, and if you don't count them, you're going to have issues with weight control. But
this guy here is so structured, and I work with him, and I'm glad I met him. He's so structured. I needed this. Him being 300 and some pounds, and he's down. He's down to, what are you down to?
I think, my last weigh-in was 163.6, but I think I've lost maybe a pound since then. That was like 2 weeks ago.
And he drinks water. He drinks his water faithfully and this and that. It's good to be around a person that is doing the thing, and you see them doing it. And because I had to question myself, oh, he's right. I'm not eating the right stuff.
And that's the thing. You got to make it a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
And that's where we get caught up. We do these diets temporarily, and we don't actually make the lifestyle change.
Right. Because he told me straight up. He said, you're not losing weight because you're not, what you're eating is too many calories. You may not be eating a lot, but it's not the right stuff. And on my second day of the intermittent fasting, I done much better. But like I said, I'm a structured person. I have to prep. I have to meal prep, and it makes it so much easier, and you feel so much better because you've eaten clean food, you're eating good food, you're eating good fats and protein, and I don't feel like I'm going without anything. I feel great that I'm losing weight again. I had completely come to a shutdown plateau, and I was not okay with that.
And, so I guess the best thing to say, at least at this point in this video, is that intermittent fasting will help you start to be more mindful of what you're actually putting in your body.
Right.
It gets you thinking, okay, well, if I can't eat for all this and now it's my eating window, do I really want to eat in that 6 hours junk?
Right.
So it makes you start processing that information, and that's really the key to weight loss, is those lifestyle changes and realizing that sometimes what we're eating is not good for us. And that's just one of the many things that I think will help our country defeat obesity, because it is on the rise, and there has to be more to it than what we're being told, because
Yes.
It ain't working.
No.
The move more, eat less ain't working.
No.
Jillian Michaels is cray-cray.
Yeah.
They all regained their weight.
Right.
Okay,
right.
but then you got people doing intermittent fasting and low carbing or keto, not even low carbing, not Atkins, keto, and you got just all these different methods that go against what the government tells us. They're all losing hundreds of pounds, and a lot of them are keeping it off. So, I mean, we got to think about what we're putting in our bodies.
Yeah.
And
there's benefits of the intermittent fasting, the risk of type 2 diabetes. And type 2 diabetes in the medical field is running amok.
Mm-hmm.
And, I have type 2 diabetes in my family, and that's what I'm fighting against. I refuse to be that statistic because there's too much knowledge out here now.
Yeah, there is.
For us to, just allow these things to incorporate in our bodies. It lowers the LDL. It lowers the blood pressure. The intermittent fasting lowers the risk of cancer. The neuroprotective promotes metabolic flexibility. And
that right there is what that means, the metabolic flexibility. It retrains your body to burn your fat and burn the sugar, because you confuse your body by eating enriched sugar all the time. Your body forgets. It gets lazy. Like I said, it adapts. So if you're constantly eating all the processed junk, your body becomes insulin resistant, and what that means is the muscle cells, the cells that need it, aren't taking it. It's like putting a lock on your cells, and it goes to your fat because your body forgets how to metabolize it.
I've worked with a lot of people that is down to their last 10 pounds, and they can't get it off, they can't get it off, they can't get it off. And none of them have said, what about intermittent fasting? Everybody doesn't know about intermittent fasting.
Mm-mm.
I didn't know about intermittent fasting. I always thought, not eating, starving your body is storing but it is not so.
Mm-mm. And there's a lot of research on that, like from Dr. Jason Fung. I'm going to give you information on that. We have a lot to talk about.
This man here is the man.
I'm just a regular person.
And let me tell you, he's so humble till, I'm just a regular person. But this man did this. Y'all go to his videos and see how big he was. And he did this himself.
Well, there's a will, there's a way.
He did this by willpower and studying and Googling and finding out the facts, the true facts on the intermittent fasting and what he needs to do. And he follows it, man. Let me tell you something. Nobody's perfect. Okay, if you fall off the wagon like I did my first day of intermittent fasting, get back on it. And there's a app called Vora. Vora will time your intermittent fasting time. And I think that is so cool.
If you're a visual learner, that really helps you.
I am a visual learner, and I think that is so cool. And I am so into not being a status statistic for unhealthiness, cancer and diabetes and what all obesity caused, that I am willing to do what it takes to not, because it's here for us.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to be informed.
We got to learn to listen to our bodies. Time is it? We probably got to wrap it up, huh?
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. Learn how to listen to your body. That's what intermittent fasting is essentially going to teach you. And, maybe it won't work for everybody. All I know is for people who have struggled with morbid obesity, because whenever you're over 300 pounds, but like both of us were, that's morbid obesity. We don't know how to listen to our bodies.
No.
We don't know how to regulate our calories.
No.
So for a segment of the population, time-restricted eating does work. But anyway, guys, thank you all for this long, lengthy video. Promise we'll get better at videos. This is our first time kind of doing a collab. And it may have been all over the place, but we'll get better.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to do another one.
Oh, yeah. And I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited I met this guy here. This guy is so humble, but this guy has done the thing. I am so excited about it, and I've told people about it because I hear the complaints. When you get close to your core, you stop. And that's the end of our video. We can't give it to you all at one time.
We're gonna do more videos, and we're gonna we're gonna do the damn thing, and
we are.
We're gonna see if we can lose our last bit of weight.
Yes.
If I can lose my last 10, and I don't know, you're a lady, you probably don't want to say how much you got to lose. But.
No, but 20 pounds would be good for me.
Well, God bless. Y'all have a good night. So,
bye.
Red